Hello everyone, welcome. Today we'll be talking about the Western Mountains. Western Mountains is one of the natural topographical features of Pakistan. Until now we have discussed one important feature, that is the northern and the northwestern mountains, and today we'll be talking about the Western Mountains. Western Mountains, as its name tells us, these are mountains that are situated on the western part of Pakistan, and under them come the Safedko ranges, the Waziristan hills, the Suleiman range, Central Brahui range, and the Keether range. Now we'll be talking about each one in detail as we move along. Yes, so as I mentioned it earlier, that the first chapter of your geography textbook, that is the natural topography of Pakistan, from this chapter the most important thing is maps, and you'll get a lot of questions regarding places that will be marked on the map, and you'll have to identify those places. So you have to concentrate most on learning the maps really very well. Now, since we are doing Western Mountains, it's best to first understand where they are located, and then we'll deal with each one separately. And as I talk about each one separately, I'll be bringing this map again and again. Now, please don't mind the map, it's a roughly drawn map, and I've kept it simple for better understanding. Now, looking at the map, I hope everything is very clear here. See, when you see a red color, opening like that, that's the sign for a pass. And when you see these mountains, that's the sign of ranges. And the blue line is the line of the Indus River and all the rivers associated with it. Now, beginning from the top, we are talking about Safedko ranges first. So, where are they located? See, in the top here. And if you look at this map of Pakistan, there's a little projection here. So you remember this projection, and if you get something like this marked over here, then you should know that they are the Safedko ranges. So it's easy to locate them and remember. And just above the Safedko ranges is the Khyber Pass. Below the Safedko ranges is the Khurram Pass. This range is actually located in between two rivers. If you look at these two rivers, this is the river Kabul and this is the river Khurram. Okay, so you have to remember it this way. Then moving south of river Khurram, just if you learn the location of one range, the location of other ranges will become simultaneously easier. See, Safedko is on the top. When you finish this projection, you come down just below this projection, another set of ranges or hills. They are called as the Waziristan hills. And in the Waziristan hills is a pass. That pass is the Tochi Pass. Somewhere here, see, you can see this red line here. Yeah, so this is the Tochi Pass. Then below the Tochi Pass is another pass which is called as Gomal Pass. Just as this hill ends, this hump ends, here at this point is a pass which is called as the Gomal Pass. Then you move further down, and when you move further down, you will see that there are other ranges, and then these ranges are the Toba Kakar ranges. Okay, they are the Toba Kakar ranges, but we are not discussing them in the Western Mountains. We'll be talking about them later on in detail, but you should know that there is another set of mountains here which are called as the Toba Kakar range. I haven't mentioned it here. Okay, then if you look towards your eastern side, near to the Indus River, here is the Suleiman range. You can look at it here. So it's easy to locate the Suleiman range. You know where Quetta is. You can look at this a projection or kind of a bent here. If you remember this bent here, then and you remember Quetta, so you can also remember Suleiman range, which is just opposite on the eastern side of Quetta, very near to the Indus river. Then coming down just below Quetta will be the Central Brahui range, and easy to remember it because by the name itself it's in the center, so it's Central Brahui range. Then coming down further down, just lining the lower plains of the Indus River, here is the Keether range. So you can remember it this way. So there, remembering the locations is not difficult at all. Let's revise it again. From the top, you have the Safedko ranges. Where are they located? If you get anything marked here on the projection, and in between two passes, Khyber Pass, Khurram Pass, or two rivers, the Kabul River and the Khurram River, it's going to be the Safedko ranges. If it's something marked below the Safedko ranges here on this small projection here, it has to be the Waziristan Hills. And if you get a pass marked in the Waziristan Hills, it has to be the Tochi Pass. If you get a pass marked below the Waziristan Hills, in this bend, then that would be the Gomal Pass. If you get a set of mountains here very close to the river Indus and in the central part of Pakistan here, that would be the Suleiman range. If you get a range marked below Quetta, that would be the Central Brahmi range, and lower down, that would be the Keether range. So it becomes very easy to remember. I hope I've cleared this topic here. Now let's move on to the Khyber Pass separately. Now let us talk about Safed Ko ranges separately. Now the Safed Ko ranges, as a name, Safed Ko. Why Safed Ko? Because they are covered in snow for most parts of the year. Now the location of the Safed Ko ranges, they run east to west, and they lie south of River Kabul, as we discussed it earlier in the map of Pakistan. And below this range runs the River Kurram, and that is this range lies between two rivers, River Kabul and River Kurram. You can draw it this way and learn so that it becomes easier to remember. See, River Kabul is in the top, River Kurram in the south, and in between lie the Safed Ko ranges. Now what is the importance of River Kurram? In the River Kurram there lies a pass which is called as the Kurram Pass. What is the importance of this pass? This pass is very important because it provides a route to Afghanistan. Now there is also a valley situated there which is called as the Kohat Valley. Now why am I writing here one? Because there are two valleys in this ranges. So number one is the Kohat Valley. The Kohat Valley is a valley which is abundant of springs and limestone ridges. So if you draw a few pictures like that, your mind retains all the information really well. And then what else is cultivated in the Kohat Valley? We are talking about the importance of Kohat Valley now. 3 points. A, B, C. 1, there are springs, there are limestone ridges. C, wheat, rice and sugarcane can be cultivated in this region because there is a lot of water coming from the springs and also the river. Moving on to the second valley that is found in this region, it's the Vale of Peshawar or the Peshawar Valley. Now here the Peshawar Valley is actually drained by two rivers, that is River Kabul and River Swat. So therefore, since it's getting so much of water, it will be fertile and it's an alluvial plain. Now the water for irrigation in this valley comes from a dam which is situated on River Kabul, and that dam is called as the Warsek Dam. So you also got one more information here, that is the dam that is situated on River Kabul is called as the Warsek Dam. Clear? So it's very simple. The things that you got to remember about Safed Ko ranges: the location between two rivers, the importance of River Kurram, the importance of Kurram Pass, the importance of these two valleys, Kohat Valley and the Vale of Peshawar. I hope it was clear. Now let's talk about the Waziristan Hills. The Waziristan Hills are located between two rivers like the Safed Ko range. Waziristan Hills are also located between two rivers, River Kurram and River Gomal. Okay, so draw a figure like that for easy understanding, and let's look back at the map here. Now where is this? This is the Safed Ko ranges and these were the Waziristan Hills. So this is the River Kurram, and look at the blue line here. This is the River Gomal. So they are located between these two rivers. Which important pass is found here? It's the Tochi Pass, and south of the Waziristan Hills is another pass which is called as the Gomal Pass. So the importance of these hills is the passes, its location. So it has become clear with the map. Now let's move back. Yeah, so what another important feature of the hills, they lie in a very highly mineralized zone, which means that a lot of minerals are found here. They provide a border to Afghanistan, another important thing. Now there is a Bannu Valley which is situated in the Waziristan Hills. Now if you look at the map again, see, this is Bannu. You can see this? Yeah, so this is Bannu. It's a valley which is located in the Waziristan Hills. Now what is the importance of this valley? This valley has two important passes. Bannu is situated near the Tochi Pass, this place itself, and Dera Ismail Khan, D.I. Khan, is situated near the Gomal Pass. And both these places are very important. Why? Because they are military centers. Alright, so here you understand what is the importance of the Bannu Valley. Now the Bannu Valley is surrounded by mountains, and it is drained by streams that come from the rivers. Which river? Look back. It is the river Kuram, mainly the river Kuram. And then there is a dam on river Kuram, which is called as the Kuram Dam. That dam is responsible for providing water to this valley. Okay, now back here and look at the figure here. So the Bannu Valley has deposits of clay and boulders, and the water that it gets for irrigation is coming from the Kuram Dam. This dam is situated on the river Kuram. So very simple. Now coming back to the map, so far we have studied two ranges, Safed Ko ranges in the Waziristan Hills, Safed Ko between the river Kabul and river Kuram. Then come down, Waziristan Hills, Waziristan between two rivers again, it's the river Kuram and river Gomul. Two important passes here. Which pass? The Kuram Pass and the Khyber Pass. Here it's the Tochi Pass and the Gomul Pass. Okay. Places of importance here, it's Peshawar, the valley of Peshawar. Here if you talk about, it's the Kohat Valley, sorry. And here it's the Bannu Valley. Alright. Moving on to the next ranges, Suleiman and the Keithar ranges. The Suleiman ranges, they lie west of the river Indus, and the average height of the mountains there is 1500 meters. However, the highest peak found there is Takht-e-Ko Suleimani, which reaches around 3383 meters. The importance of this range, it's rich in limestone and also in sandstone. Now, when it moves further south, it meets another range which is called as the Keithar range. This range is backed by the Pub range. Moving on to the map here, see. This is the Suleiman range. It lies west of river Indus, and when it moves down, it reaches the Keithar ranges, and the Keithar ranges are backed by the Pub ranges here. Okay, and the most important peak located in the Suleiman range is the Takht-e Suleimani. It's rich in limestone and in sandstone. Now moving on to passes. Okay, there are a number of passes situated in the western mountains, and that is the most important feature of the western mountains of Pakistan. Now moving on to the first pass, Khyber Pass. It's a passage of troops. It's so wide enough that it allows for an easy passage of the troops, and it's also a route to the fertile Peshawar Valley. Looking at it here, so this is the Khyber Pass. So it's a route into the Peshawar Valley, and it is also wide enough for the it allows the passage of the troops from one place to another. Now the Kurram Pass. The Kurram Pass is a route to Afghanistan. We discussed that earlier. The map here, this is the Kurram Pass. It's a route to Afghanistan. Now moving on to the next pass. The next pass is the Tochi Pass. It connects Ghazni to Bannu, two areas. Then Gomul Pass. Further south, it connects Afghanistan to the Dera Jats in Pakistan. Then the Bolan Pass. The Bolan Pass connects the Kachi Sebi plain in Quetta with Quetta. Now, if you look at the map here, I did not show this earlier to you. This here is the Bolan Pass. Okay, near Quetta, or a little south of the central Brahui range here. This is the Bolan Pass. Okay. Now the Kachi Sebi plain and Quetta are being connected with each other by the Bolan Pass, right? So we studied the Khyber Pass. Okay, it's wide enough for the passage of troops, and also it provides an entry into the Peshawar Valley. The Kurram Pass, it's a route to Afghanistan. Then the Waziristan, in the Waziristan Hills, there's another pass which is called as the Tochi Pass. It connects Ghazni with Bannu, two places here. Then coming down the Bolan Pass connects Quetta with the Kachi Sebi plain. And did we miss out something? Yes, the Gomul Pass. This is the Gomul Pass. It connects Afghanistan with the Dera Jats here in Pakistan. Alright. Now let's do a quick look at the economic activity and lifestyle of the Western Mountains, or the people living in the Western Mountains. Mostly the mountains there are bare of vegetation. Unlike the mountains of the northern and the northwestern part of Pakistan, the climate there is not very supportive for farming activities to be carried out. Because of the rugged landscape, canal irrigation, cutting out those canals is extremely difficult, and irrigation becomes very difficult or impossible. Transportation activities, or transportation is also not very convenient there. Now, only Peshawar and Kohat are connected to other areas by air or rail networks. The other areas are not even accessible, some are not even accessible, and some that are accessible are through unmetalled roads. So, that's the condition. Now, looking at this condition, the life obviously becomes difficult. The landscape is rugged, so depending upon the landscape, water supply becomes difficult. Setting down telephone lines and electricity cables, that itself becomes a kind of a feat. Now there's lack of educational facilities. Mining can be done there, as we discussed. There are a lot of minerals found there, but mining them is again a big task. Industries cannot be established there, and then the minerals are left undiscovered and unexploited. So the kind of a lifestyle that most of the people practice, in the interior parts, is a nomadic lifestyle, and they, rear goat and sheep, and this is how they, carry on with their daily activities. So this was all about the economic activity and lifestyle of the people of the Western Mountains. With this, we come to an end of today's lesson, and by now you should be having all the important points that we discussed on your fingertips, especially the location of all the ranges that come under the Western Mountains, which is very very important. If you found this video beneficial, please give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. And until my next video, I'm Nida Umar signing off. Take care. Bye bye.